Hey everyone, happy Valentine's Day. I'm single yet again. So I've been single for the majority of my life. Like there's been times where I've been kind of in a relationship, but like nothing ever lasted. It was just it would either be something toxic or it would be my own fault that I would just come across as too needy. Probably because I was just feeling insecure, like especially at the time I was just really like insecure. Like I was um, just didn't really feel confident in myself, and I still have some issues to this day. And I don't really go like approaching women like they say, "Oh, just put yourself out there" or whatever. And I'm like, it's just it is difficult for me. Like I've tried to talk to women in real life, but nothing would ever lead anywhere. So I would just kind of I've just not really bothered with that for some time now because I'm like, you know what, what's the point? Um, it was just yeah. So I remember actually meeting up with somebody, and it just didn't end up actually going anywhere, and it was I mean, and then don't get me started on online dating. That is just even worse. And yeah, things seem to have changed now. It just seems to be very difficult to actually meet somebody that um, that's actually serious and wants to really um, get together and actually build something. Like there's this kind of well, you got the whole hookup culture thing, and then you've got like the a lot of them are just prioritizing the career or whatever, and they just don't see the value anymore in getting with a guy. Like there's this whole kind of attitude that a lot of them have now of like, oh, I don't need a man. Um, I'm just gonna just focus on myself. But the problem is that a lot of them end up realizing down the line that maybe they could have done with a man, and that it might be a bit too late for them at that point, and they starts to struggle. So, but yeah, so I think something like 63% of men between 20 to 29 are single. So yeah, if you're feeling lonely as a guy, then obviously you're not alone. Most guys these days in younger age groups are actually single. So don't feel bad. Don't let it make you feel low or anything like that, because that's just the way things are now. I mean, just a lot of people are just not prioritizing that anymore. There's less people wanting to have families now as well. So less people are wanting to um, get together to start a family because they think, oh well, I don't want to contribute to climate change or whatever crap, or whatever they've been led to believe. And yeah, it's just I don't know. So I keep thinking to myself, I wish I was born so many years earlier, because then maybe things wouldn't be like this. Maybe things would have been different, and like the dating market would have been a lot better and a lot easier to navigate. But now it's like I don't know. It's just that women just don't seem to be very approachable. They just seem to be kind of just in their own bubble, and men also are the same as well. But like they just don't get really any eye contact. Even when I look at them or whatever, and then I don't get any. It's just completely just like nothing. And I'm like, because if they would at least try and like show some contact, then it kind of invites you into it. And it's like I'm not gonna go and approach some woman unless they're gonna give me some like choosing signals, if you will, because I just don't want to. I just don't want to deal with the humiliation of that. and it's just like because I don't want to be like yeah. You just never know how they're gonna react. And it's like, especially nowadays, I don't know. I don't want to be. Yeah, it just it's like I'd rather just like only approach if there's any sign that I should, and maybe it's just that it's hard for me to read these things. I don't know because I do have some like autism. I don't know. Maybe that makes it hard, but a lot of men are saying in general that they find it hard to read these things. So it's like they try and make it too subtle, and it's like if you're into a guy, then you need to kind of make it clear. Because you get these women say, "Oh, why are the men not approaching me?" Because you're not making it clear that you're interested. So if you want, if you think that a guy is attractive, whatever, and you want to see what whether there's a connection, then you should make it kind of more clear, I think. So why should it be all on the man to? He has to make the first move all the time. That's I don't know. I just think it's that's what's probably making it difficult, and a lot of men just have decided to not even do that because they're like, I don't want to have to deal with all the humiliation of it, and they don't want to like boost their egos as well because they've already got probably like an inflated ego from all the constant inboxes of random dudes on social media and on dating apps, and I don't want to add to that because it can really affect their attitude where they think that they're a 10, and not just in looks but in other areas they think that they're perfect, but really it's probably far from it. They're probably just pretty average across the board, but they think they're so great. So it's like unless you're like the perfect guy, then you're probably not good enough for them. So a lot of guys have just decided to just give up entirely. And there's some women who are saying, "Oh, don't approach me." So men have got that message and be like, "Yeah, okay then, I won't bother. I'll just play on video games or whatever. I'll prioritize myself then." Just like these women are these days. So yeah, that's what I've been doing really, because I'm not going to be wasting my time and my energy trying to deal with these women, and yeah, it's just it's not really worth it for me like to deal with humiliation and all that. And even some might say, well, if you get rejected, then it's not your fault or whatever. It's like, but it's like, to me, it's like it kind of it's just it could really hurt because you're like, it's like, well, it's like I'm thinking, well, is there something wrong with me or what? Like, what's what's the problem? Why am I not good enough? You really think that you're good enough, but you think I'm not good enough. Like, what is wrong? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, it is what it is, but I just don't want to deal with that stuff. I know in the past I've like encouraged guys to go out and approach, but I'm like, I don't even want to do it myself. I'm like, unless there's some sign of interest from the woman, and yeah, then it's like I'm just not going to do it. So I guess I'm just going to be single for a long time then, because if they expect me to approach them, then they have another thing coming. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep like becoming better and improving myself, and yeah, if I do end up getting with one, then so be it. If not, so be it. Like I'm not. I guess I've got to just be kind of not bothered either way. That's something people have to kind of learn to accept that maybe they'll never find somebody and they'll just always be alone, and learn to be happy by yourself. So, because if you're not, then because what about when you do get with someone, then you're just going to be bringing needy energy to it. So you need to just be happy by yourself, not be worrying about any of this stuff. Yeah, just become your best self. Because whether you get somebody or not, like if you can become successful in your life, you have purpose. It could be that you're doing well financially, then you're going to be happy regardless of any of that. So I would not prioritize dating because it's just going to end up leading to just like a lot of wasted time, I think. Like it would just lead you to feeling frustrated, or just feeling like low self esteem. It could actually worsen your confidence if you keep on getting turned down all the time. So I'm like, yeah, some people say it can be a benefit to get rejected, but for me, it's like I just don't want to deal with that. And that might make me sound weak. I don't care. I don't care what you say. It's just I don't think it's like I don't think it's fair on men to have to be burdened with trying to approach some woman that doesn't even show they're really interested. Like I think at one time, apparently, what would happen is a woman would she would like accidentally like drop her handkerchief, for example, and that would invite the man in to start talking. But like, there doesn't seem to really be any like I don't know. Yeah. Now you could say, well, you could just join a group or something like that. I mean, I'm not really bothered about doing that. Like, I'm not just gonna join some groups just for the sake of trying to get with somebody. And it's like, yeah, you could say, well, you have to should do that anyway. But I'm like, why should I have to? Like, if I want to find somebody, I should be able to just go out on the street and just talk to somebody. But they don't seem approachable. They're just kind of in their own world. Like, it's like I don't even exist. It sucks. It's just like you're out there and it's like no one even really seems to be paying you any attention, and you just feel like you're just completely invisible. Even though I'm supposed to be this attractive guy, I've been told I'm, like a good looking guy from both men and women. And I'm a tall guy as well. And I've got size as well. I've got like, I've got some shape, and I'm more attractive than most guys. I know it might sound arrogant, whatever, but I mean, what is going on? Like, what? Why can't they just show interest? Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I was just shocked to find out because I thought, okay, I'll do all this looks maxing stuff, self improvement, try to work on myself, and then still not really see any more results. And I would get some interest shown online, but it's usually some psychos. Well, I've been dealing with some freaking psychos online, and it just like it can mess with your mental health. It's cause a lot of unnecessary stress and worries. It's not worth it. I'd rather prioritize my peace than deal with that. So yeah, now this might sound like I'm complaining. I'm just like talking about my own personal experiences. Maybe someone can relate to it. Because I was watching somebody who was saying kind of similar thing where they don't really go out and approach, and they don't really kind of meet that many people in real life, and it's kind of their own fault. But yeah, I mean, I can take some responsibility for it, but maybe I'd be more likely to actually approach if they actually did it themselves, and I felt like it's kind of like natural to do that then. But when I'm kind of just expected to approach all the time, then it just feels weird to me. Yeah, and it's oh, it shows confidence as a man. I understand that, but it's it's difficult when so many women will just turn you down anyway, because most of them just are either they don't like most men or they just don't care anymore. They just kind of, and that could make you feel kind of useless or not good enough for them. I mean, yeah, I know it's like not my fault, whatever. It's just that some of them have this attitude now, and they think that they should have the perfect man. He needs to be making, 6 figures a year or whatever crap, and they have these really like unrealistic standards. So, yeah, I don't have like crazy high standards. I mean, I just want them to be attractive and just be a good person. They don't have to be like a supermodel or anything. Just nice to look at and be in good shape and be like and just be a good person. Like, and not come with like too much baggage. Really, I don't have a laundry list of expectations. You get some of these modern women who are like have so many expectations for men, and it's just because they've got so many options now that they think that they're entitled to that when they're not, because most of them just are not even qualified for the man that they want. This is why they keep sleeping around with these random guys who are like, they think they're attractive, but then they won't get commitment out of them because these guys have options, and she's just another average woman to him. That's just the truth of it. So I don't think women should just be like, just dealing with these kind of guys. Maybe you'd be better off with a guy that's more in your league, shall we say. Then you're more likely to get commitment out of him. So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I hope everyone has a good day. But it just kind of reminds me of just the fact that I'm single, and that yeah, things haven't changed. Just same as always, really. For the most part. And yeah, just kind of my life really just been. It's like I try and do things, and then oftentimes it feels like nothing works out for me. I'm trying my best to do things, and then I don't know. It's almost like the universe or God is trying to just like mess with me at times. It feels like where something always has to go wrong with something. Something always has to mess up. But yeah. But yeah, if you relate to this, put a comment down below, show your thoughts. But yeah, everybody take care. I will be going live later, so have a good day. Good luck finding the love of your life. And yeah, just another thing I want to say is, yeah, you need to start practicing self-love. Like I said earlier, prioritize yourself. It's really important that you do that. Because, like I say, even when you do get into a relationship, then you need to have enough self-love and self-respect to be able to walk away from that situation if it fails. So you won't be vulnerable to being exploited and used and abused. So yeah, just everyone take care of yourselves, and I don't know, maybe this time next year it'll be a different story, but or maybe not. Maybe it'll just be the same. But that's okay. All right. Peace out, everybody. Bye.